Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back. I want you to meet a special friend of mine, Dennis McKeon, who runs a wonderful organization called Where to Turn. They do all sorts of good things for our community here on Staten Island. And this is Dennis, and we're at his magical warehouse. And right now, he collects a lot of toys for good girls and boys, and you can see some of them all around here. And I want Dennis to tell us about some of the good work that he does here at his magical warehouse. Dennis?
Hello, I'm Dennis McKeon, and this is the Where to Turn warehouse, which has a couple of components. Right now we're in the middle of our toy distribution. Very generous people from Staten Island have donated thousands of toys, and what we do is we take requests from families in need, and we basically try to find toys suitable for their children, package them up, they come, and then we give them out for free. We usually open up a toy store where people can actually pick what they want, but because of COVID this year,
It's an unusual year this year. That's right.
you have to work outside the box, so that's what we do.
Yes.
It's a little
You
bit
adapt.
you adapt. It's a little bit of a mess because the girls were just here. They just filled up another 25 bags full of toys, which we will give out tomorrow.
That's so wonderful. And I see you have a puppet stage here.
We have
That's
a
very
puppet
exciting.
stage here. Yes,
We love puppets.
They're going to be filming a spectacular movie in January. So we have a puppet stage that our friend Curtis built for us, and it will then be available to use for other things. Maybe we'll do some public service announcements about COVID with the puppets
And sharp-eyed friends will remember this room because the Scrooges play in here, and you may see it again with some more special treats coming up in the next week.
Yes.
Shall we take a little tour? So many toys and dresses and a piano and a box from Seussical,
Yes.
the musical. you have props here too for
We have
shows
props
and
we will
costumes.
show you upstairs, and
It's so pretty. Everything's so lovely.
all of these bags are filled with toys for requests that we were given, and people will come and pick them up tomorrow.
This is just like when I carry my bags.
There you go.
All these bags are toys.
And behind here we have our wigs and our hats and everything.
So you can
Which
play
are-
dress up
You
here.
can play dress up, yes.
Lovely. And especially in this room.
You can take a
Look at
picture of this room here, which is a mess right now because all of these bags are unopened toys.
More toys.
But
And look at all the lovely costumes.
this is our wardrobe room.
Shoes. Oh, this is amazing. You could play in a band, or you could be a gangster, or you could be
In the military.
in the military. Yes, you have all sorts of lovely costumes and gowns here. And you run a special event for young ladies too, for
Yes, all of the
proms.
dresses on that side of the room are actually donated for girls that can't afford to buy them for their proms. So we provide them for free. We just got 150 dresses from Macy's that they gave us because they didn't have a prom season. And we're just hoping that after this virus is over, they'll have proms again. We have a senior citizen prom
Oh,
every year.
lovely.
And a lot of the senior citizens come and take some of these formal dresses.
So if you're in need for a dress and you want to go to some place fancy, this is the place to come.
That's right. And
Lovely.
everything's free.
Just lovely.
All of this wardrobe too will be offered to local community theater groups or schools
too, right.
putting on productions.
Lovely, lovely. Now this is a very magical place. This is where you have all sorts of things that can be used in plays and in musicals and even in films.
Yes.
Right? And there's some things that look scary, boys and girls, but they're not real. They're just for use in movies and on plays. And so Dennis, why don't you take a look around here?
All of these items, as you can see, we have old microphones, we have lampshades on the top shelf, we have fake guns and swords. We have tap dancing suitcases. We have Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, lovely.
We have doors that go nowhere.
Ooh, a giant skull up
We have
there.
a giant skull.
That looks scary, but it's just made out of styrofoam. It's not a real skull.
Let me bring you back here to show you our latest edition, which are the Japanese spinning wheels.
Oh my goodness, they're gigantic.
We have spinning wheels here. Here are some of our larger items. And all of these items are available for free, again, for any community theater group or school putting on a production. You can come down here, borrow what you need, bring it back when you're finished.
I think I see Frosty the Snowman
We
there.
have lots of Christmas that we just changed over from Halloween into Christmas.
Lovely. Magic lantern, I see.
We have Aladdin's lamp. Here we go. You can make a wish if you want. And then, if you need to call Santa and the phone's busy, you can try another phone. Yes, we have many.
Oh my goodness, so many different kinds. Some of these look very old and some of them look quite new.
And we have a gong. I don't know why, but we do have a gong.
Well, you never know when you might need a gong
Never
or a
know when you might need
typewriter
a
or
gong.
jewelry.
And then we have a nice. My mom used to have one of these.
Oh, an old sewing machine.
An old sewing
Lovely.
sewing machine.
Very
And
nice.
I would say that 75% of this stuff was donated, and then we went out and we purchased the prop shop in association with Ghostlight Productions. We purchased some props that we know we can use in many different places, and schools can use them.
So this is so any community group or school or local theater group can come here and borrow something and not have to pay.
Right, and
Oh,
we
that's
know
lovely.
that the budgets are going to be cut, especially for the arts next year, and so we're trying to help out by giving them the props for free.
So this is something special for 2021 that never existed before.
This is true.
Very
And then if
exciting.
you want to come over here and just see the
Oh,
rest
there's a treasure chest down here, I see.
of the treasure chest, we have a fireplace if you're cold
Lovely rock. Oh, look at this cradle. That's pretty.
in this cradle. And you can just scan down here. We have a lot of.
I could use this chair in department stores.
You can definitely use that. We have items from Guys and Dolls. We have enough vases to open a florist shop if we want. We have musical equipment.
Oh,
We have
yes.
bugles, we have violins, we have ukuleles, we have guitars.
Ooh, all sorts of steins and glasses. This is very exciting. Well, this should spur your imagination this year when you're doing theater in your schools. You could think of all the lovely things that you can do with all of these props and maybe do some new plays or some new musicals. That'll be another good thing for 2021.
Yes, it
We're
is.
looking forward to it.
And this is just the latest idea. What Where to Turn does is try to find solutions to problems. We also run the clean team for Steve Matteo and Joe Borelli. We do all the litter cleanups, the weed cutbacks, the graffiti cleanups as well.
Oh, and what about snow shoveling?
And we have a program, Snow Shoveling for Seniors, where students can adopt a senior citizen for the winter. They shovel for that senior citizen each time it snows, and we give them community service credit.
Yes, so remember that, boys and girls, if you're looking for something good to do, something generous to do during this winter season, you can contact Where to Turn in Dennis, and you can volunteer to help someone by shoveling the snow for them, and they'll be ever so grateful, and you'll feel good because you've done something good for your neighbors and your community.
So you can check us out on our Facebook, our Where to Turn Facebook page, or at www.where-to-turn.org. Have a very, very, very Merry Christmas.
Yes, have a lovely, lovely Christmas, and thank you, Dennis, for all the wonderful good work you do, and we look forward to seeing some of you at the Where to Turn Warehouse, a magical place.
Indeed, the spirit did not stay for anything, but went straight on, as to the end just now desired, until besought by Scrooge to tarry for a moment. "Discord," said Scrooge, "though which we hurry now is where my place of occupation is, and has been for a length of time. I see the house. Let me behold what I shall be in the days to come." The spirit stopped. The hand was pointed elsewhere. "The house is yonder," Scrooge exclaimed. "Why do you point away?" The inexorable finger underwent no change. Scrooge hastened to the window of his office and looked in. It was an office still, but not his. The furniture was not the same, and the figure in the chair was not himself. The phantom pointed as before. He joined it once again, and wondering why and whither he had gone, accompanied it until they reached an iron gate. He paused to look round before entering. A churchyard. Here, then, the wretched man whose name he had now to learn lay underneath the ground. It was a worthy place, walled in by houses, overrun by grass and weeds, the growth of vegetation's death, not life. Choked up with too much burying, fat with repleted appetite. A worthy place. The spirit stood among the graves and pointed down to one. He advanced towards it trembling. The phantom was exactly as it had been, but he dreaded that he saw a new meaning in its solemn shape. "Before I draw nearer to that stone to which you point," said Scrooge, "answer me one question. Are these the shadows of the things that will be, or are they shadows of the things that may be only?" Still, the ghost pointed downward to the grave by which it stood. "Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends, to which, if preserved in, they must lead," said Scrooge. "But if the courses be departed, from the ends will change. Say it is thus, with what you show me." The spirit was immovable as ever. Scrooge crept towards it, trembling as he went, and following the finger read upon the stone of neglected grave his own name, Ebenezer Scrooge. The finger pointed from the grave to him and back again. "No, spirit! Oh, no! No!" The finger was still there. "Spirit!" he cried, tight clutching at its rope. "Hear me! I am not the man I was. I will not be the man I must have been but for this intercourse. Why show me this, if I am past all hope?" For the first time, the hand appeared to shake. "Good spirit," he pursued, as down upon the ground he fell before, "your nature intercedes for me and pities me. Assure me that I yet may change these shadows you have shown me by an altered life." The kind hand trembled. "I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me I may sponge away the writing on the stone." In his agony, he caught the spectral hand. It sought to free itself, but he was strong in his entreaty and detained it. The spirit, stronger yet, repulsed him. Holding up his hands and a last prayer to have his fate reversed, he saw an alteration in the phantom's hood and dress. It shrunk, collapsed, and dwindled down into a bedpost.
Yes! And the bedpost was his own. The bed was his own. The room was his own. Best and happiest of all, the time before him was his own, to make amends in. "I will live in the past, the present, and the future," Scrooge repeated as he scrambled out of bed. "The spirits of all three shall strive within me. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven and the Christmas time be praised for this. I say it on my knees, old Jacob, on my knees." He was so fluttered and so glowing with his good intentions that his broken voice would scarcely answer to his call. He had been sobbing violently in his conflict with the spirit, and his face was wet with tears. "They are not torn down," cried Scrooge, folding one of his bed curtains in his arms. "They are not torn down, rings and all. They are here. I am here. The shadows of the things that would have been may be dispelled. They will be, I know they will." His hands were busy with his garments all this time, turning them inside out, putting them on upside down, tearing them, mislaying them, making them parties to every kind of extravagance. "I don't know what to do," cried Scrooge, laughing and crying in the same breath, and making a perfect Laocoon of himself with his stockings. "I am as light as a feather. I am as happy as an angel. I am as merry as a schoolboy. I am as giddy as a drunken man. A Merry Christmas to everybody. A Happy New Year to all the world. Hello there. Woo! Hello." He had frisked into the sitting room and was now standing there perfectly winded. "There's the saucepan that the gruel was in," cried Scrooge, starting off again and going round the fireplace. "There's the door by which the ghost of Jacob Marley entered. There's the corner where the ghost of Christmas Present sat. There's the window where I saw the wandering spirits. It's all right. It's all true. It all happened." Really, for a man who had been out of practice for so many years, it was a splendid laugh, a most illustrious laugh, the father of a long, long line of brilliant laughs.
"I don't know what day of the month it is," said Scrooge. "I don't know how long I've been among the spirits. I don't know anything. I'm quite a baby. Never mind. I don't care. I'd rather be a baby. Hello? Whoop, hello here." He was checked in his transports by the churches ringing out the lustiest peals he had ever heard. Clash, clang, hammer, ding, dong, bell. Bell, dong, ding, hammer, clang, clash. Oh, glorious, glorious. Running to the window, he opened it and put out his head. No fog, no mist. Clear, bright, jovial, stirring, and cold. Cold, piping for the blood to dance to. Golden sunlight, heavenly skies, sweet fresh air, merry bells. Oh, glorious, glorious. "What's today?" cried Scrooge, calling downward to a boy in Sunday clothes who perhaps had loitered in to look about him. "Eh?" returned the boy with all his might of wonder. "What's today, my fine fellow?" said Scrooge. "Today," replied the boy. "Why, Christmas Day." "It's Christmas Day," said Scrooge to himself. "I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. They can do anything they like. Of course they can. Of course they can. Hello, my fine fellow." "Hello," returned the boy. "Do you know the poulterers in the next street but one at the corner?" Scrooge inquired. "I should hope I did," replied the lad. "An intelligent boy," said Scrooge. "A remarkable boy. Do you know whether they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging up there? Not the little prize turkey, the big one?" "What, the one that is as big as me?" returned the boy. "What a delightful boy," said Scrooge. "It's a pleasure to talk to him." "Yes, my buck." "It's hanging there now," replied the boy. "Is it?" said Scrooge. "Go and buy it." "Walker!" exclaimed the boy. "No, no," said Scrooge. "I am in earnest. Go and buy it and tell them to bring it here, that I may give them the direction where to take it. Come back with the man, and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with him in less than 5 minutes, and I'll give you half a crown." The boy was off like a shot. He must have had a steady hand and a trigger who could have got a shot off half so fast. "I'll send it to Bob Cratchit's," whispered Scrooge, rubbing his hands and splitting with a laugh. "He shan't know who sent it. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim."
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good a friend, as good a master, as good a man as the good old city knew, or any other good old city, town, or borough in the good old world. Some people laughed to see the alteration in him, but he let them laugh and little heeded them, for he was wise enough to know that nothing ever happened on this globe for good at which some people did not have their fill of laughter in the outset. And knowing that such as these would be blind anyway, he thought it quite as well that they should wrinkle up their eyes and grins as have the malady in less attractive forms. His own heart laughed, and that was quite enough for him. He had no further intercourse with spirits, but lived upon the total abstinence principle ever afterwards. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. May that be truly said of us and all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. The thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder one glorious morn, fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night, oh, holy night. Truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Oh, praise his name forever. Noel, Noel, oh night divine. Noel, Noel, oh night divine.
Have a holly jolly Christmas, it's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Ho, ho, mistletoe, hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Ho, ho, the mistletoe, hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year.